welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe down below. And without much further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is something I've been wanting to make for a while, and I know that a lot of you have been interested in the pins I have, how many I have, which ones I have. I've said that already, don't know what I'm saying anymore, but pins, okay? I love pins to a degree that it's beginning to get worrying, and I should be more worried that I am spending money on pins, but at the same time they bring me joy and happiness. It's the same as Funkos. I just love a good collection. It's around 180 pins, which I know is a lot, but it's still not enough in my head, okay? And I'm very excited for this summer because you know I'm gonna be buying a lot more pins, and I want to do a lot more like mystery unboxing pins because I'm a sucker for those videos. So yes, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna pass you over to Amelia's hands, and she's gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. What am I talking about? I'm gonna show you my pins, okay? Please enjoy. Yes. This is my pin trading bag. This is every single pin I own except for a couple which are to the side, which I'll show you first. This cost me, I think it was $43 when I was in, I think I got it from Hollywood Studios in one of the first stores, and I wanted it when I was out there in Florida in 2018, and now it's full. Anywho, we're just gonna get into this, and I'm gonna first show you the newest pins that I have. I haven't actually put into this book yet because I can't, but the first ones are these ones just here. Now, these ones are part of the Minnie Mouse The Main Attraction series. These are the January ones. They are, of course, designed to Space Mountain. And then these ones are February, so obviously these ones are designed to Pirates of the Caribbean, and oh, I love these. These next two just here, my friend Vanessa picked up for me. She was just in Disneyland Paris, and I was like, hey, if you see these, can you grab them? And she saw them, and she grabbed them. So of course I have the Pirates of the Caribbean medallion just here, which is a really like hefty pin, I have to admit. But I really wanted this one because I obviously love Pirates of the Caribbean. And then the other one is of course D.O. from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and you can also spin his little wheel. There is over 170 pins in this bag. They're kind of sectioned off, but also not really. The first one is this one, which isn't actually fully into it, but this one, there we go, this one I had on my cast lanyard when the new Star Wars film came out, because obviously I'm a sucker for Kylo Ren, and yeah, I got him from Disneyland Paris last year, I believe. First off, we're going to talk about these two just here. So when Tsum Tsums are a thing, you guys I'm sure have seen my Tsum Tsum video. I have a lot of them, but when they first started, you could get a pin for collecting 25 Tsum Tsums and then 50 Tsum Tsums, and I actually remember getting this one quite easily because it's me and I get a lot of Tsum Tsums. But then I got to this one and they had actually stopped giving them out, and I was like, please, I really want this pin, like I have got 45 Tsum Tsums, I'm gonna get 50, it's gonna be a thing. And the guy was like, I'll see if we have any, and he ran backstage and found that they did have some 50 pins left, so I got this one from a lovely guy at a Disney store. This one just here is my cast member of the quarter pin, so I obviously work in a Disney store here in the UK, and for the last quarter of last year I got best cast member in my store, so that is a really special award to me. This one was just from the Disney store. Last year they brought out like loads of pins in like little cylinder glass bottles, and it just says Walt Disney Pictures, and I thought that one was really cute, and it went on sale, so I was like, I'm gonna have that one. This one and this one I got from a charity store. Now this one isn't actually a pin, it is kind of got one of the safety pin backs to it. I don't really know where it's from originally, but it just says the Walt Disney Studios, and I really liked it because it has Mickey, Donald, Minnie and Goofy on it, and I really liked it. And then this one is probably one of my favorite pins, and it says remember, opening October 1971, which of course is the opening of Walt Disney World. Now we're going to go on to these four right here. So I obviously went to Disney in 2008, and I picked up, I believe it was this one, and this one in that time, or in 2011, I'm not sure, but obviously MGM Studios, RIP, it is now Hollywood Studios, and I have the hat here, but I really like this pin because I love slightly older nostalgic pins that kind of show off a different time of Disney than we are at now. So I really like this one, and I'm very glad I bought it back then. This one is just the Partners statue in front of the castle, and I know a lot of people have this pin and love it, and I do as well because it's so cute, and it's Magic Kingdom, but like a special Magic Kingdom, you know. This one is just an Epcot pin, and I'm pretty sure I got this one in 2011, I think. And this one is actually my newest of this kind of section, and I got this for Christmas. I basically asked my mum, hey, there's a load of pins on eBay, if you can potentially bid on any, can I have them for my Christmas present? And she surprised me and bid on quite a few and won them, and this was one of them. This one was a cast member exclusive I got a couple of years back. I think it was when I had my Christmas temp job at Disney. They gave us kind of like a little card that was like Merry Christmas from the company, and this was in that card. This one and this one I think I got when I was in Florida that first few times. I know I got this one because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a Minnie Mouse one because Minnie Mouse is the only Disney character I know back in that time. But she is really cute, and she's like a slightly different version of Minnie. And then this Mickey one, genuinely do not remember buying it. Don't remember where I got it from. It might even be like a cast exclusive. I don't even remember anymore. And then these ones just here are the same kind of concept as the Minnie Mouses that you see here, but they were part of the Mickey Memories collection back in 2018. Now, as you can tell, this page is Disneyland Paris, and I got all of these pins in the last like year and a bit, except for this one just here. So this one I got, I think it was in 2009. I went to Disneyland Paris with my family, and I seem to remember my dad picking up one of these for me and then one of these for my sister, and then I kind of just kept it and then I put it in here. These ones just here are to commemorate every single Disneyland Paris hotel I've stayed in. So I have stayed in Hotel Cheyenne, which is where I stayed with Tyler and CJ in 2019. I stayed in Newport Bay in 2009. I stayed in Santa Fe in 2018 with Rianne, Rachel and Holly, and then I stayed in Sequoia Lodge at the end of 2018 and at the beginning of 2019 for New Year's. This one says the Hollywood Tower Hotel and then room 1313, which is obviously 1313, creepy unlucky numbers. The next one is this one, which I love me a big pin, okay? You have Sleeping Beauty's castle, you have Hyperspace Mountain, you have Thunder Mountain, and then you also have the pirate ship by Skull Rock, and then the Disneyland Park font that happens to be above the Disneyland Hotel. So it's just a really nice big pin. Here is one of the ones for the Pride season at Disneyland Paris last year. I actually got this, I think it was my birthday trip, because the Pride event was the day we were leaving. But yeah, it's just Sleeping Beauty's castle, but LGBTQ+, and I really like that. This one is for the new version of Tower of Terror. They had one of these for, I think it was Maleficent, Ursula, and then also a bellhop, and you guys know me, I love me some Tower of Terror, as you can tell from this one. So I grabbed this one immediately. This one is from Season of the Force, which I went to back in 2018. The next one is Coco, which is one of my favourite Pixar films, and I think so underrated, but also does get talked about, but not as much as it should be. But I love Coco so much, and I saw this and I was like, yep, I'm gonna get that. This one just says Walt Disney Studios Paris, and obviously it's Walt Disney Studios. This one is Disneyland Paris 2019. I wanted one that said that I'd been last year because obviously I went for my birthday. And then this one is for Mickey's 90th birthday, which was 2 years ago now. Wow. This whole collection here is something I started when I went to Florida. I think it was 2018 I got these ones. And basically they were comic book villains, and they kind of each have their little saying in a comic book style, and then you could kind of slot them together. And then these ones just here were part of, I think it was an Oh My Disney collection, which came out, I think it was a year ago now, in the Disney store in the UK, and I think also in the US. They had a whole collection with like Hades and stuff. You got Hades, you got Pain and Panic, and yeah, it's just I really like Hades. These ones just here were from Florida. They had like a special villains collection, which was like them in their kind of like slightly themed outlines. This one I think I got as a pin trade. This one says Devilishly Handsome, and it is just Hades, and then this one just here is a little hidden Mickey Chernobog one, which I really like. Now we are on to this fun page. This page is kind of like my pin trading, my Disney attractions, my character meet page. So all of these three ones, I have met these characters and I wanted a pin to kind of commemorate that meeting. This one was actually really funny because I met Hook and he got angry at me because I didn't have anything Hook on, and I was like, don't worry, I'll get a pin of you, and he was like, yeah, you better. So that is why I have Hook. Gaston I met at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party after so long of trying to find him, and then Jafar is just one of my favourite villains. This one obviously is an Emperor's New Groove one. These four I know for a fact I traded. This one I wanted purely because it was Belle. This one, I can't remember where I got it from, but it was part of a hidden Mickey mystery box blind bag thing of like characters on ties. I don't know, but it's Gaston. This one obviously is Orange Bird, who is a prominent kind of figure in Magic Kingdom specifically at the moment. And then this one is just the dog from Pirates of the Caribbean, which there are 3 versions of this dog in Disney World. These two I got when Toy Story Land opened. This one was to commemorate the fact I'd been to Toy Story Land and I love it. This one says, "Beware, a toy will follow you home," and it is obviously a crossover between The Hitchhiking Ghost from Haunted Mansion and also Toy Story, and I really like this one because I really like Haunted Mansion. This one I actually bought at a Comic-Con. I saw this one and I was like, I've never heard of this before. Like, I wonder what this character is. I went home and I found out that this is actually a super interesting character. There is one video that I can find on this character and I'm going to link it below because I adore that video. But basically his name was Tom Morrow 2.0 and he was this tiny little robot and he was part of the Road to Tomorrow. I have loads of Figment and Dreamfinder pins. This one I remember very specifically finding. I was in the store in Dinoland USA and I saw it on someone's lanyard and I was like, excuse me, is that Dreamfinder? And they were like, yes it is. And I was like, please can I trade you? And they were very happy to trade. This one I got for Christmas. It was another one that my mum bid on eBay, and it is kind of like the Vinylmation, and it's a 3D pin. Wait, let me see if I can, yeah, look at him. He's so cool. And then you have his little like blimp machine, and then you have his little hat as well. But I just really like this pin. This was another one I got from a Comic-Con and it says Imagination Institute Dreamfinders. It's just a little Figment. This one was a Hidden Mickey cast trade one that I got. This one I think I got in 2011 because I had it in my collection and I was like, I don't even remember liking Figment back then, but I guess that's the thing. So yeah, that one I got back then. This one I got for Christmas again. I saw it and I was like, oh my god, it's a Christmas Figment. Please can I have this for Christmas? It fits so well. So that's that one. And then these two I seem to remember getting last time I went to Florida because they are quite new and a lot more shiny than the others, but yeah, I got these because I was like, I need a Figment pin. I'm gonna get every Figment pin I can find. Now we go on to this page, which is my mess page. This was basically like, I have no room anywhere else, I'm just gonna throw these on here. This one was part of the Oh My Disney collection that I was talking to you about a little while earlier with the Hercules ones, but you just have Jacques and Gus. These ones, of course, are the Mickey Memories. This one I got from Disneyland Paris purely because I wanted to wear it on my lanyard at work when Toy Story 4 came out, which I think I did. This one I got from Typo. It just says #confused and it's forky. This one I think was my first Disney pin that I ever bought in the UK. So about 10 or so years ago, Disney stores in the UK also did pin trading, and I bought 2 Rexes and I kept one and I traded the other one, and I can't remember what I traded it for, but yeah, that was one of the first pins I ever bought in the UK, purely to do that kind of trading thing. And it's sad that we don't do that in the UK anymore, but I also understand it because there isn't really a big want for pin trading that I've noticed while working in a Disney store. People want pins, but trading not so much. This one was part of last year's Wisdom collection. They brought out like this pin banner, which I do have, and then they also gave you a pin with that banner. This one was another cast member exclusive that I got in 2018 to mark Mickey's birthday. I think I got this at Christmas time, and it says 90 years, happy birthday Mickey, 1928 to 2018, Mickey the true original. This one my cast member friend gave to me. I believe it was another cast member exclusive back in 2015, I think, whenever The Force Awakens came out. They were given these pins and she said that I think she had like 2 of them, so she was like, hey Amelia, I know you collect pins, do you want one? And I was like, please. This one I got from Disneyland Paris in October. I wanted something to kind of commemorate me dressing as Rey at the Halloween party, and this was like the only one that I kind of really liked and kind of was Rey-ish because all the others were just Darth Vader. This one, I can't remember who the seller was, but they were an American seller. Then it's not an official Disney pin, and it's just Forky in the Toy Story Land bin, which is literally my aesthetic. This one I also got for Christmas from my parents, and it just says 2019, and if you've watched my Disney vlogs, if you haven't, what are you doing? They're there, go and watch them. But my Halloween vlogs, I bought a little Mike Wazowski Big Feet plush, and Mike kind of became a prominent part of that trip, so that's why I wanted that one to kind of commemorate that. This is my Stitch page. I try and get a Stitch pin wherever I go. These 4 just here were part of a pin trading starter set, so you get 4 pins and then a lanyard, and I wanted them purely for these pins, specifically this one, and also this one just here, which is him. That's how it should be. Him making a little cake. Then I have little Stitch here reading the little book that has the ugly duckling in it. Then I have Stitch with a bra on his head, as you do. This one is obviously Lilo and Stitch. This one I think I got again back in like 2011, and it's just a square with Stitch on it. This one is him in the first film when he is about to woo the old lady, and then she screams at him because Lilo says, now kiss her. So yeah, I really like this one because he looks so like innocent. This one is him with Scrump and then the tiny little ugly duckling, and I love Lilo and Stitch so much. It's such a good film. Then this one is literally me in a pin, okay? It's Tiana, but it's also Stitch. And again, I can't remember who made this. If I can remember who the seller was of this, I shall put it on the screen now. If not, then I'm sorry. This is my attractions page and probably one of my favorite pages of pins. Everything on this page is like my favorite attractions, my favorite shows, all that kind of thing. These two, I adore Finding Nemo the musical more than anything. I have the soundtrack. I love that show so much. I think it's genius and it's just such a good quality show. This one I got in 2000 and I think it was 2008, which was the first time I went to Florida. And then this one is like a new updated version of this pin. And I just wanted to get this one to kind of be like, yes, I love that show. This one is the Phantasmic pin. Then this one is the Happily Ever After pin. It says, find your Happily Ever After. And I love Happily Ever After so much. Also in the UK in Disney stores, they play it on the theatres in the stores. So it means a lot to me because I hear it a lot. And I really like Happily Ever After and I'm very excited to see it again this summer. These two are from one of my favourite attractions in the world, which is Phantom Manor. Yes, I love Haunted Mansion, but Phantom Manor is my favourite. This one was part of a blind bag collection that they did in, I think it was the UK and the US. They might have done it other places as well, but specifically I got it from the UK. And you could get like one of each of the ghosts. I really wanted the Hatbox Ghost and I didn't think it would happen. I got the Hatbox Ghost, okay? That was literally the one I wanted and I love him so much. We have a little Everest section going on. If you didn't know, Everest is my favourite ride in the whole world. But I have this one, which is the same as that Figment one I was telling you about, which was like a hidden Mickey Attractions cast member trade pin. I also have a little Fast Pass one, which says enter anytime between 5:55 p.m. and 6:55 p.m. This one says go ahead and scream Expedition Everest, and then you have the Yeti like inside of it. This one says beware the Yeti, and then it's got the new style of Mickey Mouse on it, which I really like. And then this one, I think was another one that I got for Christmas, if I remember correctly. And it is just the Yeti, just being the Yeti. Although thinking about it now, it could be the Matterhorn Bigfoot, but I think it is the Yeti. Are they both Yetis? Is Matterhorn Bigfoot or is he a Yeti? I can't remember. It could be Matterhorn, it could be Everest, but both rides are really cool. I've never been on Matterhorn, but I really want to. But yeah, that's that one. This one and this one, obviously a Tower of Terror. That one I got in Florida, and this one I got in Paris, I believe, if I remember correctly. And then this one is the Flight of Passage totem pin. These two are probably two of my favourite pins because of the memories I have of getting them. These ones were specifically exclusive to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in 2018. You obviously have Hocus Pocus. This was part of the Villain Spectacular. I blooming love that show with all my heart, okay? I think it was like $16, which is probably the most expensive pin I have bought. But yeah, I really wanted it and I'm very happy that they still had some in stock. And then this one is just a little candy corn pumpkin Stitch. And look, I know he's not on my Stitch page, he's on my attractions page, but I love him. And also it spins, okay? There were other ones for this party, but it was just these two that I was just obsessed with. This one is kind of a mismatch kind of page. These ones were part of a Marvel blind bag series that myself and my mum decided to get. This one I got in, I think it was Florida. This one I was hunting down and I found it, and it just has Iron Man, Hulk, Thor and Captain America on it, and it says Avengers Assemble. This one I got from Disneyland Paris when I went to Season of Heroes, which, oh my god, I love that season so much. This one is my Adam Hatton pin. I do have a sparkly one somewhere. I can't remember where I put it. I think it's in like a keepsake box. This one I got from Summer in the City, which was my first time in Summer in the City, and it's like the 10-year anniversary one. This one I got when I bought my Loungefly bag, which the only Loungefly that I have is the Infinity War one, and I tracked it down for a year, then I found it in the shop, and then the Avengers music started playing, and I was like, oh my god, it's a sign. And then my mum pointed out this, and I was like, I must get that. So yeah, that's just my Thanos snap pin. This one is a tiny little Peaky Blinders razor pin, and it says Peaky Blinders on it, and then it says Peaky like in the kind of middle section. I love Peaky Blinders. I haven't actually finished the series because I don't really know why, I just stopped. But I do want to finish it. And my friend is actually in that series, which is really cool. But yeah, that's just my little Peaky Blinders pin. This one I got from the BBC when I went there to watch a show with my dad. This one was from when I saw Heathers, which had Carrie Hope Fletcher in it. And then this one is when I went to see Aladdin. This one is a very special pin to me. So if you didn't know, in 2019, I think it was. Yeah, last year. I met Sebastian Stan, who is my favourite actor, and I got the Winter Soldier pass when I went to Comic-Con, which was really expensive, but worth it in a sense of what you actually got for that extra bit of money. And one of the things I got was this pin, which I love because one, you can't really buy Winter Soldier pins, and two, it's a pretty darn good quality pin that is just very Winter Soldier, and I just really like it. And this was on my lanyard for a long time at work because on my pin it says that Bucky Barnes is my favourite character, and then I could be like, look, it's his arm, but it's also like Captain America's shield, and it's look, it's a cool pin. Okay, I love it. The next ones, most of these are from the Wizarding World and Universal Studios. Obviously I had to get the most cursed one I could find. Look, I don't even hate Minions at this point. I find them funny. Maybe I've lost the plot. But yeah, I wanted the most cursed one I could find, so I got the Minion one. Then I also got the Slytherin house pin kind of thing, because I am Slytherin. And then I really wanted the head boy pin over the head girl pin. This one I think I got from like a random store when I went somewhere with my parents. It's not an official like Harry Potter pin, I don't think, but yeah, I like that one. It reminds me of Snape. This one I did get in the parks. It was just kind of like they had this weird like chibi kind of style, and I was like, I like Harry Potter, so I'm gonna get that. This one was a set, so you got the quill and then you got the paper, and it says I must not tell lies, and I got this one because it's a whole gosh darn quill, okay, but it's a pin, but also me and my friend Rowan like had this whole thing where we wrote this on our hands back in school. It's a whole thing, but it just reminded me of that, so I really wanted it for that reason. This one, I can't remember if I got from the studio tour or if I got it from the parks. I think it was the parks though, but it does actually kind of change when you like move it. I don't think you're going to be able to see that, but this is kind of like that holographic material. And obviously it says undesirable #1, and it's just the whole wanted Harry Potter. And then this one, my friend Steffi actually picked up for me when she used to work at the studio tour. And it's just... man, I love this so much. Obviously it's from the boys' bathroom, and it's just the mermaid, and it's a stained glass, and it's just beautiful, okay? It is a gosh darn beautiful pin, and thank you, Steffi. Thank you, okay? I love it. So this page is kind of another mismatch page that is newer of my pins. Like I got these all in the like last half of last year. This one I got from Comic-Con. I wanted one of the Muppets ones, and this one kind of spoke to me because it is me, okay? Kermit, Mickey Ears, the castle, you know. These four just here are from a brand that I cannot remember the name right now, but I actually won a competition for this whole pack of attractions pins, and they are all different like parts of the attractions in Disneyland Paris. So you obviously have Crush's Coaster. Outside of hyperspace you have this like model of Eve and Wally, and I adore that. This one is Alice in Wonderland's maze, and then obviously you have Tower of Terror, and I just really like these, and I can't believe I won that competition, so that is that. This one I cannot for the life of me remember who or where I got this from. This one was another one I got for Christmas, and it was part of the Imagination Gala collection. This one was another one that Eliza sent me. I think this was one that, because I got the other ones, like I bought them from her, she was like, I'll just throw this one in as well. So yeah, you've got Prince Naveen and Princess Tiana, and I really need more Princess and the Frog pins. Tiana is my favourite Disney princess, with Anna coming in close second, even though Anna is now a queen. But yeah, they're my fave. This one, look, 2018 was a big Mary Poppins year for me, and I saw this pin last year in the Tower of Terror gift shop, and I was like, I need that. So I got it, and it's just like an original Julie Andrews Mary Poppins, and I really like it. In her like original costume, because a lot of them you find in her Jolly Holiday costume, and while I do love that costume, the original is just so cute. I have Anna here. There's a whole reason why I love Anna. Please go and watch my like CEP videos explaining like why Frozen was such a big thing during me trying to apply for the program. But I didn't buy this when I was in Disneyland Paris, and I regretted it. And I asked my mum if she could find it for Christmas, and she did. She found it, and I opened it, and I almost cried because Anna in this costume is everything, first of all. Secondly, Anna in this film is everything, and I just relate a lot. And The Next Right Thing is one of my favourite songs from that film. And then this one is probably one of my favourite pins because look how gosh darn big it is, okay? It has only got one pin back for some reason, but you have the whole gang here. You have Sven, Kristoff, Elsa, Anna, and Olaf. It's a hefty pin, and I really like that. Then these ones just here, I have been collecting over the past like half a year, and they are part of the Epcot range. range style thing. So when Epcot used to be sectioned off into kind of different specific lands, obviously now that's all changing with Epcot's renovations, but these are all hidden Mickey pins, which means they kind of come out on cast members' lanyards and stuff, and then you can trade for them. There is a couple more that I need to collect, and I know they just brought out a whole new fancy range with including all of the new places that are being built, but I just really like this collection because, as I said earlier, old Epcot is my fave Epcot. We are finally onto my last page of pins. I have been here a while. This one says, "I'm the Queen of the Castle," which is Anne of Cleves' song from Thick. This one is from the real Mary King's Close, which was in Edinburgh. I went to Edinburgh last, I think it was October time. And then this one is from Derren Brown's Ghost Train in Thorpe Park. It's my only Thorpe Park pin, but I got it when I first went on this ride because it was hilarious when I first went on it. Then you have my Alton Towers pins. I obviously love Alton Towers. I've got quite a few vlogs on my channel from there. I hope to go again this year. The first one I have up here is from Scarefest. It was when we did the dungeons, and they are amazing. I highly recommend them. They are a bit jumpy, but they're more so funny than like scary. So like I really recommend doing that attraction if you have the time and also the like little bit of extra money to do that one. I have one from Oblivion because Oblivion is one of my favorite rides. It's basically like an espresso shot of adrenaline. And I always go on it now. Whenever I go, I'm like, guys, I'm going on Oblivion. Anyone joining me? No? Okay, cool. This one is from 13, which used to be my favourite ride in the UK. And then Wicker Man came and kind of kicked it out the park. And I also went on Oblivion for the first time and found out that I love me some more faster rides. But I do love 13 because of its whole track system. I think is so ingenious. The Flume was one of my favourite rides at Alton Towers. It probably was like one of the only rides I could actually ride when I first went when I was younger. Then I have two of the Alton Towers special event pins. I have one from the fireworks in 2019 and then the Scarefest because I went to both of those. And then the last two I have are from Wicker Man. So this was the first Wicker Man one I bought, and it's again got that like holographic-y kind of material going on, and it has just kind of the Wicker Man and then the little like symbol for it with like Wicker Man words around it. And this one is the sign just before you go on Wicker Man, which I really liked because it kind of is the attraction. There was a hex pin that I really wanted, couldn't find. They seem to have sold out, but that is my Alton Towers pins. And then the final pin that I have to show you is my ambassador pin. So at the Disney store, you kind of have this special award you can get, which makes you kind of moves you up in the business kind of thing. An ambassador kind of takes on more responsibility instead of just being kind of like a store associate. So yeah, I worked really hard to get this one. And yeah, it's like a whole thing. It's not just a pin, it's like a whole thing. And yeah, it means a lot to me. So this is my final pin. And with that, I'm going to give you back to other Amelia to end this video that has been very long. But thank you for sticking around and watching it. There you go. My final pin. Those are all of my pins, and I know that took a long time. And what makes it even crazier to me is that 2 years ago, I made this video and all of my pins fit onto a lanyard like this one. I don't have the actual lanyard that it was, but like this one. And now all of my pins, as you just saw, are in here. That's 2 years worth of collecting. Only 2. It's kind of terrifying. But yeah, I enjoy pins, okay? There's something about such a small little keepsake that has so much history to it. That was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do and you want to carry on watching this face, I do Disney videos. I'm doing Disney College Program videos because obviously I'm gonna be out there this summer. I do film reviews. I do anything else that comes into my brain that I'm like, yes, I must share this with the world. So if you enjoy that, then please do not forget to subscribe just there and then click just here for a previous video. But until next time, bye! And that is how you film a video. Peace out, my dudes. I'm gonna go and watch Spider-Man.